Good day, everyone. My name is Carden Madzokere, and welcome to my workbook. Today, we're looking at business cycles. So, just like you saw under secular flow, well, I just lead you to thinking what could be this, like successive periods of fluctuations in economic activity. So, what this really does is that it's more like your 1.3. 1.3 is the most difficult part of section A, where they give you a statement and you give an answer. But it's not just that, it's also your 2.3s, 2.2.4s, where they say describe the term, let's say business cycles. So if in the what this does, it prepares you for multiple choice, because in multiple choice you can see successive periods of fluctuations in economic activity A, this and that B, this and that C, this. It also can give you the term that you should put in number 1 in column A. Then the description, which says successive periods, will be in column B. It also prepares you for 1.3, like I mentioned already. It also prepares you for section B for 2 marks. So this is very vital. You need to, if you practice with this, then your question 2, business cycle phases. There are 4. They want you to put all 4. But how does this prepare you for the exam? Same thing. One of the following is a phase of business cycles, column B. Then one of the phases will be put in column A. You see? The following, even in multiple choice. And one of them can be described in, what do you call it? In 1.3. And then 2.1.1 or 4.1.1 will say something like, name any 2 phases of business cycles. So you see how this prepares you for the exam. It really does. All right. So what are the turning points? That's your 3. And what causes business cycles? We have 2 causes. Then we have 2 schools of thought that we discuss. Who are they? And what does each one say in terms of what causes business cycles? That's your 6 and 7. Then what are the kinds of business cycles? How do we smooth out cycles? And who is responsible for a certain policy and who is responsible for? Okay, basically the National Treasury, what are they responsible for? And then the MPC, what are they responsible for? So basically, you need to know your policies and you need to know the instruments of these policies. That's what you're seeing there now, around about 17, 18. And the new economic paradigm, that's an essay type question. What size does it have? Well, this is all I have to prepare you for business cycles. However, let's see what has been asked in past papers. So we have a cartoon here, some words. Okay, fine. Right now they don't show, but obviously in the printed version they do show, because I'm using my phone and it's kind of small, so I can't really see. But basically, I'm just giving you, ideas as to what to expect in an exam. What message is depicted? Give the reason for the current state of the economy. Well, the state they're referring to is what you see right there in the cartoon. And obviously, when they give such, it will be relevant to what's happening to the economy. So the word current here will not necessarily require you to actually think of what's currently as in today. Because when the paper was set, something was happening in the economy, and that was described by the cartoon. So you stick to the cartoon and you answer based on that, not necessarily what's happening right now, because maybe good things are happening and the cartoon is giving you a different story. So you just stick to that, okay? Essays economy closing in on a recession. So just read this and then answer questions. So that's why we call it data response. Here is more data. real business cycles, then obviously expect questions around the difference between a typical business cycle and real business cycles. So yeah, that's what you see there. Name the characteristics of a trough. Another cartoon where you have to study and you get some keywords from the reading. That's why they say study. We bottomed out. Let's get out. Okay, when do we do that? Obviously, at a trough. So then let's get out. We bottomed. This is rock bottom. So you know, when we're going down, we don't stay going down. Somehow, policymakers find a way to get the economy turning around, and it does turn around. And when it turns around, it doesn't go up forever. It's gonna start going down. That's why we call them business cycles. And that's why we have fluctuations, because we'll be going up and down. Right, then we have another one here, climatic conditions resulting in drought and floods. These are causes. Like, what cause could this be? You know, so if you know your endogenous and your exogenous, you will be able to answer that. Okay, effect of the supply and demand side policies. That's the new economic paradigm. It's an essay type question, but I've had people asking, so sir, if I prepare for the essay and some essays that I prepare for do not appear in the essay, does it mean I've wasted my time? No, you haven't, because they can ask it in section B. Here's proof. This is an essay, a possible essay, we all know, but it appeared in section B. They're talking about the new economic paradigm. Why? Because it's part of the syllabus. So they have the right to put it. Okay, then we have our 8-mark questions here. Explain how amplitude and trend line can be used, you see? Right, so you need to practice your 8-mark questions. Then under business cycles, we have 2 essays. Here's the first one. Discuss in detail the new economic paradigm, or explain smoothing of business cycles. So this is the one I was talking about just now. Then the last one is discuss in detail features underpinning forecasting. So you need to know your forecasting features, your indicators, and other tools that are used. Well, that's your leading, lagging, coincident, composite. And then after that, you also need to know your, what do you call it? You also need to know your moving averages, your amplitude, your trend line, your extrapolation, etc. All right, thank you. I'll see you in the next topic, which is public sector.